the mighty and resilient Merrimack River, carving through the communities of our great region. My name is Linda Lorden, proud president of Merrimack County Savings Bank, and like the river that serves as our namesake, we're a constant yet ever-changing presence. Because to us, it's bigger than banking. It's about powering communities and putting people first. It's about knowing where you came from and where you're going. That's Merrimack style. Visit us at themerrimack.com.
It's time to gather loved ones together for all the holidays' best spread. Lynn's has great prices on all your favorite Thanksgiving items, from delicious turkey with all the fixings to mashed potatoes and yummy pies. We have everything you need to create your perfect Thanksgiving dinner. Whether it's cooking the traditional meal, completely store-bought, or a combination of both, your best holiday meal starts here. Learn more and start shopping today at linsgrocery.com. Lynn's, where delicious begins.
Hello, thank you for joining me in this week's podcast. I hope you're going to enjoy the training material contained within. Any questions? Get in touch. Mail at learningbritishaccent.com. Section 1. Learn 15 common phrasal verbs with Formula 1. Today we're diving into the adrenaline-fueled world of Formula 1 racing, while mastering 15 common phrasal verbs. Get ready to rev up your vocab and accelerate your language skills like a true champion. Before we hit the racetrack, let's quickly understand what phrasal verbs are. Phrasal verbs are combinations of verbs and prepositions or adverbs that create unique meanings. They are an essential part of everyday English conversations. So buckle up and get ready to explore. And if you don't know, Formula 1 is the pinnacle of motorsport, where drivers race high-performance cars in Grand Prix at incredible speeds. All right, let's unveil the 15 phrasal verbs we'll be mastering today. Get ready to conquer the language of speed. Number 1. Speed up. Speed up. Lewis Hamilton had to speed up to get past the slower cars during the chaotic start at Monza. Number 2. Slow down. Slow down. Max Verstappen slowed down on the cool-down lap after winning the race at Spa-Francorchamps. Pull over. Pull over. The safety car will pull over at the end of the next lap. Take off. Take off. Esteban Ocon refused to take off his helmet straight away. Get ahead. Get ahead. Sergio Perez is hoping to get ahead of Max Verstappen in the championship after his win in Monaco. Catch up. Catch up. McLaren are bringing car upgrades to try and catch up to the pace of Ferrari and Red Bull. Number 7. Put on. Put on. Mechanics put on fresh tyres during George Russell's pit stop at the French Grand Prix. Number 8. Take on. Take on. Fernando Alonso will take on the challenge of developing the new Aston Martin team. Back off. Back off. Carlos Sainz had to back off when he saw the crash between Lewis Hamilton and George Russell at Silverstone. Look out. Look out. Fans were told to look out for flying debris after Pierre Gasly's tyre exploded at 200 miles per hour in Azerbaijan. Number 11. Hold on. Hold on. Lando Norris was told by his team to hold on while they checked the issue with his car. Number 12. Take over. Take over. Red Bull look poised to take over Mercedes' dominance of F1 in the new regulations era. Number 13. Run out. Run out. All teams measure their fuel consumption carefully, so no one will run out of fuel during the Grand Prix. Number 14. Fill up. Fill up. See the pit crew fill up the car with fuel in a matter of seconds. Number 15. Set off. Set off. Experience the thrill as drivers set off on their race, leaving a trail of excitement behind. Section 2. Want to sound like a native speaker? Then use these words. There are some words we use here in the UK that are a complete mystery to other English speakers. I've got the top 10 list here, so if you're able to learn and understand their meanings and able to work them into conversations, you'll be ahead of many in the English-speaking world. So here's the list of words with their definitions, and as I speak, listen out for their pronunciation. Number 1. Tipp-Ex. Tipp-Ex. This is a brand name of a white correction liquid. I Tipp-Ex'd out the mistakes. I Tipp-Ex'd out the mistakes. Number 2. Biro. Biro. This is another trade name. It's actually a ballpoint pen. Do you have a biro I can borrow? Mine's run out of ink. Do you have a biro I can borrow? Mine's run out of ink. Number 3. Tombola. Tombola. This is a kind of raffle and it's very popular at school fetes. Tickets with numbers on are pulled out of a revolving drum-like container. Match a number and you win a prize. I won a cuddly toy in the tombola today. I won a cuddly toy in the tombola today. Number 4. Chipolata. Chipolata. This is a small, thin sausage. My daughter much prefers chipolatas in her hot dogs. My daughter much prefers chipolatas in her hot dogs. Number 5. Dodgem. Dodgem. This is a fairground ride of bumper cars. Can we go on the Dodgems first? Can we go on the Dodgems first? Number 6. Yob. Yob. This is an informal phrase describing a rude and sometimes aggressive, usually boys or young men, although it could refer to girls. But it is boy spelt backwards. I'm going to go this way to avoid the group of drunken yobs down that street. I'm going to go this way to avoid the group of drunken yobs down that street. Number 7. Gazump. Gazump. This is a phrase used in the property buying and selling industry. It is used when a buyer of a property who has had their offer accepted is then informed that their offer is no longer accepted as someone has made a higher offer. If this happens to you, you've been gazumped. I'm so furious, we've just been gazumped. I'm so furious, we've just been gazumped. Number 8. Abseil. Abseil. This is the act of going down a cliff or a rock face while attached to a rope, pushing your feet against the rock as you descend. We're going abseiling this weekend. We're going abseiling this weekend. Number 9. Naff. Naff. This is slang for someone who doesn't have or is not showing any style, taste, quality. It's a certain kind of uncool. Those trainers look totally naff. Those trainers look totally naff. Number 10. Curbside. Curbside. This is the side of the street near the curb. Our council has just started a curbside recycling scheme. Our council has just started a curbside recycling scheme. I hope you enjoyed these words. Before we move on to the next section, now would you like to speak English with an RP British accent? Have you been learning for a while but not making much progress? I'd like to tell you about my British Accent Bundle, which is my online training package which helps students from all over the world master the RP British accent. In my online training programme, you'll get video lessons that demonstrate proper mouth and tongue placement for nailing those tricky British accent sounds. There are also hours of audio exercises, so you can polish your pronunciation until it's spot on. You'll also find modules focused on improving your fluency, listening skills, and conversational abilities. Now, if you think you could benefit from this training and start to feel confident about your speaking and conversation skills, then head over to learningbritishaccent.com/bundle to sign up. Section 3. The shadowing technique to improve your pronunciation. Hello. Do you want to improve your British accent and sound more like a native speaker? Look no further than the shadowing technique. The shadowing technique, also known as the imitation or echoing exercise, involves repeating what someone else is saying. This exercise can help you understand English on a deeper level and improve your rhythm and intonation. But it's also a valuable tool for improving your British accent, and here's why. It helps you understand things in English on a deeper level. By imitating someone else, you can tap into different layers that you may not experience when just thinking of the language's words. This can help you feel and hear the language in a way that is not necessarily logical or intellectual. Number 2, it trains you to listen to sounds in a way that you usually don't. By paying attention to melody, intonation and rhythm, you can improve your understanding and ability to communicate in English. This can give you more confidence and help you express yourself and your attitude towards things. Number 3, it's a convenient exercise that you can do on the go. Whether you're driving, doing the dishes or walking the dog, you can turn any situation into a practice opportunity. This makes it a very efficient exercise for improving your British accent. Now, how do you do the shadowing technique? There are 2 options. Option 1, play the audio and then echo the person you're listening to. You don't need to pause or do anything else, just repeat what they say a split second after them. Shall I have a go? I'm going to listen to a news article that I've recorded. Most people would accept that Formula One is a dangerous sport, but is it really as treacherous as the new adrenaline-fueled racing biopic Rush makes out? So there we go. I'm just repeating what they're saying a split second after they've said it. Option 2 is when you're more focused and concentrated. You can sit down with the script of the speech that you're shadowing and play a line or a couple of lines, pause, and then repeat it. This allows you to pay attention to more things and make more focused improvements.
Most people would accept that Formula One is a dangerous sport.
Most people would accept that Formula One is a dangerous sport.
But is it really as treacherous as the new adrenaline-fueled racing biopic Rush makes out?
But is it really as treacherous as the new adrenaline-fueled racing biopic Rush makes out?
The film, which charts the rivalry between British Playboy driver James Hunt and Austrian world champion Niki Lauda.
The film, which charts the rivalry between British Playboy driver James Hunt and Austrian world champion Niki Lauda,
makes a number of claims about the high-risk world of F1.
Makes a number of claims about the high-risk world of F1. However, in order for the shadowing technique to be effective, it's important to set an intention as to what you're paying attention to and what you're trying to improve. Here's some tips to help you get the most out of your shadowing exercise. Tip 1. Setting your intention. Decide what specific aspect of your accent you want to improve, such as a particular sound or intonation pattern. This will help you pay attention to it and make better improvements. Now, you could look to improve the pronunciation of specific sounds, such as the th sound or the vowel sound in book o. Intonation patterns such as rising intonation at the end of questions or falling intonation for statements. Stress and emphasis on certain syllables within words or phrases. Maybe rhythm and pacing in speech. Or just the overall fluency and clarity of speech. By setting a specific intention, you'll focus on one aspect at a time and make more targeted improvements in your accent. Tip 2. Record yourself. By recording yourself shadowing and then listening back to the recording, you can identify areas that need improvement and make adjustments. Tip 3. Find a speaker you like. It's important to choose a speaker whose voice you enjoy and want to emulate. This will make your practice more enjoyable and effective. Tip number 4. Slow down the pace. If the audio is too fast, you can slow it down to 75% or even half the speed to help you pay attention to more things. Tip number 5. Use a script. Having the text in front of you can help you see and understand the words, sounds and intonation patterns more clearly. You can also mark the script to highlight challenging words or sounds. So are you ready to improve your British accent with the shadowing technique? Give it a try and see the difference it can make in your speech. Remember, it's not about quantity but quality, so take your time and be thorough in your practice. There's a ton of material to shadow in my British accent bundle, from example conversations, popular idioms and expressions, and chunking phrases. All are useful to shadow, and they all have accompanying text to follow along. You can get it at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Section 4. The joy of having an unremarkable accent. Are you fed up of your natural accent being the talk of the town? Is it starting to grate that you have to go through the same explanations about your accent before you're allowed to say what you want and engage in the conversation you're interested in? Just how many times do you have to answer, "Where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Where's your accent from? No, really from?" It's annoying when your accent stands out for the wrong reason. It becomes a distraction rather than being an invisible vehicle of communication. Now, why not spend this weekend learning to make your accent less remarkable? Start working on your RP British pronunciation and develop a more predominant British sound. The British Accent Bundle has all the tools to help you. You can join at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle.